It's time for tablet review part 2 with the P12 Pro. Good afternoon, welcome to Turbo Tortoise Tech. If you're new here, I'm releasing the 4-piece variety of Wooks XXL, and the P12 Pro has kind of ruined me. Okay, they put a 2560 by 1600 120Hz AMOLed display in 12.6 inches, and it's flippin' incredible. Like the screen on this is so good, and it's so good in its niche. If you're looking for a drawing tablet, then I would say look no further. As far as that experience goes, the niche that this has been created for, it's so powerful in that niche. I just can't see you buying another product. There's obviously going to be competitors and stuff around, but Lenovo's overall build and finish on this is just absolutely incredible. It's not cheap, mind you. You will get better, higher performance graphically stuff than this, and similarly with processing power, but with a pressure sensitive pen like it has, and the way it attaches and charges, and it's very clever, like I say, in its niche. Lenovo's checkboxed like everything you could want, and then thrown in a boombox, because this has like the best speakers of a device this size, and somehow in this amount of tiniest of spaces, there's 10,000 milliamps worth of battery. The battery life on this is so long, it makes a queue at home affairs look short. Okay, you could be there in the queue the whole day on this, watching whatever you pretty much wanted to, and it would be absolutely sublime in there. So let's get stuck into what's in the box. You get a really nice 30-watt adapter charger, which is you're going to need for that 10,000 milliamp battery, Type-C to Type-C cable. You also get nice extras like an extra pressure point for the stylus pen, so that you can then change it once it becomes a little bit weathered and aged, and then you get a Type-C to 3.5mm jack. The stylus pen itself is really, really nicely finished. It's got a flat back on it, specifically for it to attach to the back of the tablet. And like I said, you do get that extra little stylus tip. So if it wears out on your first set, then you're covered. The tablet itself is really nicely finished. On the left-hand side, you're going to see the power button, 2 big speaker holes, and then your SIM card slot. On the other side, you're going to see 2 more speaker holes and a charging port. Up top, you're going to see 2 pinhole microphones, and then the volume adjusters over there with the pen lurking in the back. And then around the bottom, you're going to see a 4 little pin connector with 2 little slots on either side of it, and that's for then attaching keyboards and other devices to it, so that you can get a flap on the front of it. No included cover is a little bit of a sore point over here, but I don't know how it's going to work with the stylus pen, or if it is going to work with the stylus pen. And this device has been really made into that niche of using it with the stylus pen, so kind of take that with a pinch of salt. Looking around the back as well, we see 3 pinhole or 3 camera sort of slots up top. One of them is a flash, and then you've got 2 different lenses, one for a half zoom and then a normal 1x zoom, and then obviously the attachment area for the pen. Nothing to actually show you that it's supposed to be attached there, it just magnetically attaches on there. So kind of nice how it just snaps into place. And when you do attach it there, it then notes that the pen is then synced to the device, and then it'll show you the actual battery amount for the pen. You don't have to charge the pen directly, it charges directly from the device itself, making use of that 10,000 milliamp battery. It's kind of nuts that it's somehow in there with 10,000 milliamps worth of battery. You might notice as well, absolutely no cooling ports. It doesn't need any cooling, because the way that they've set this up, it literally doesn't get hot. Even through benchmarking and stuff, it never got hot. The highest temps that I saw were in the mid-20s. I mean, the ambient temperature right now in this environment is about the mid-20s. So you can expect pretty much ambient temperature operation from the tablet as well. Kind of nuts. But now we move to the elephant in the room, this screen and the stylus input. The performance of this panel really cannot be understated. Nothing I will show you on camera is going to give it any credence to how good it actually is. Even filming it in 4K or 1080p 60, it doesn't matter. It's still never going to look as good as it does in person. The colors on this during the Costa Rica run are so good. I kid you not, it is literally the best display that I've ever seen for color reproduction, and it's only got a HDR10 plus rating somehow. I'd love to have someone professionally measure it with DCI-P3 and sRGB to see what the output of those levels are, but they're off the surface just off of using it, I'd have to say they're practically incredible, especially with the red parrot. When you get onto that red parrot scene, it often blurs in between the feathers and stuff, and it was absolutely pixel perfect from the AMOLed display. The sunset as well looked incredible. It had like HDR performance there that I was expecting. I'd seen even on high-end OLED screens. I have used a 34-inch Alienware for some time, which is one of the highest spec OLED screens you can get and cost as much as this tablet. And this was better. Honestly, it was better. This is, I kid you not, the best screen I've ever viewed media on. It's untouchable as far as that goes. And to enhance that effect, like I said, these speakers are insane. They have some of the best audio quality, unheard of audio quality that you just don't get. Yes, it's not going to go very low. You're not going to get big boomy bass. Don't expect yourself to, you know, set up a concert hall with just this tablet. But for normal listening in a standard environment, watching like movies or something like that, I'd be completely comfortable with that. I honestly wouldn't even bother with using the headphone jack. So you could obviously connect a set of Bluetooth headphones or whatever to this very easily. And speaking of connectivity, it's one of the very first units that's actually maxed out my Wi-Fi and used it completely. And you can see that with my 750 megabit line with the test over there, it easily peaked over 700. So very strong, stable, overkill Wi-Fi performance as well. Now, speaking of benchmarks, like I say, it's not the most intense device ever. It was still considerably better than the M10s, but if you look at the scale over there, you're going to get about 4,000-ish points on the 3D Mark Cloud test, and compare that to something like Samsung S23 Ultra, it's going to give you 3 times better performance, almost double from the iPhones as well. So it's not going to wow you from that perspective. It's still not really set up as a gaming tablet device. This is specifically for this pressure sensitive touch pen, which in the Sketchpad app I had a little go with, where it supports that sort of stuff. And as you can see from the images on your screen, you can go from soft to light pretty damn accurately, which is something that I think a lot of designers and stuff are going to find very attractive with this setup. You can do shading and sketching and stuff off of this way better, and I would say way more active than you would from a normal drawing tablet type of setup. And with a similar cost, with a much better screen to those tablets, and then having all of the tablet functionality built into it, this might be like a high tier consideration for that exact niche. So I'm saying in the niche that they've made this product for, because of how good the stylus is and because of how good the screen is and that 10,000 milliamp battery, it's checking all of those boxes for long working times. 30-watt charger is going to give you a pretty short charge time, probably about 3 hours-ish is what I would average it out to, just having used it for a bit. But I used this thing non-stop since 9 o'clock this morning until just after 12, like over 3 hours of full brightness and benchmarking and everything in between, testing storage, etc., etc. And it only used like 30% of the battery. So if you're just in a normal environment and you don't need like the 500 nits brightness that comes out of this thing, it is incredibly bright. You can use it in full sun and you're not going to have a problem seeing the screen. I can guarantee you that. If you just were using it in a normal working day, even at full brightness, that's 9 hours worth of solid working time that you're probably going to look at. That's kind of nuts. And we really can't understate how thin and light this tablet is. It is incredibly thin and light. It reminds me so much of early iPad in that thin, light, incredibly powerful device. Like this is for a drawing tablet is incredible. And the speakers are rated by JBL, so they are very, very good indeed. I mean, with Dolby, etc. And a lot of times Dolby just slaps stickers on stuff, I feel. But in this instance, it's very well earned, let's put it like that. As a multimedia device and as a drawing tablet, you're going to be hard pressed to find something better. That doesn't mean it doesn't come with a cost though. You are going to be looking at 18,000 Rand for this tablet. So I don't think it's just an everyday product, especially if you're looking at mobile gaming or something like that. This is probably not the one for you. But if you're in media and you're doing drawing tablet type of stuff, this should have you drooling, because the fluidity of the screen at 120 Hertz plus that exceptional resolution on the 12.6, it's going to have a very, very high PPI, give you a super high accuracy. Then you've got this amazing pen that just attaches to the back of the monitor, like literally just like that. Like, it's very clever. The way that they've set it up, it's for that niche. The cameras on this, yeah, it can do a 4K video on the camera, but it's nothing to write home about. It's very, very standard, and it's mostly for document scanning and stuff. It's not made for that. What it has clearly been made for is that drawing tablet niche. If you're going into a drawing tablet kind of space, you just want to have your stuff on the go, be able to work on it anywhere, not worry about your battery life pretty much ever. I mean, if you just watch videos off of this, I used 11% in like 3 hours worth of video playback. So you're talking days off of one charge. It's that battery size, 10,000 milliamp. In that, where did you put it, Lenovo? Anywho, that's all I have for you on the Tab 12 Pro. We are going to be giving away this exact unit on stream later on Saturday. So do come and join us there. Mr. Dread and I are going to be doing some Payday 3 once again, and I'm probably going to be running in stealth mode unintentionally because I'm terrible at the game. Thank you for watching this review though. We really do appreciate it. If you have enjoyed it, please do hit us up with a like and subscribe, and I will see you on the flip side.